So one misconception people have about self-employment that I'd like to just get clarity on is that people think that when they're going to be self-employed, they have to have a big budget or a collateral to get a website and get branding. And I'm here to say that, you can do this with nothing.
In this episode of the Self-Employed Success Podcast, I'm excited to be joined by Jeanne Omlor, a certified business strategist and online business coach. Jeanne is a natural-born motivator and encourager who has helped countless individuals reach their goals and achieve success in their businesses. Her clients have one thing in common. They're smart go-getters who are eager to fulfill their ultimate potential. Let's start the show. You are listening to the Self-Employed Success Podcast. This is your source for inspiration, advice, and strategies for building financial independence without a traditional corporate job. Each episode features interviews with successful entrepreneurs, freelancers, and business owners who have achieved financial freedom through self-employment. Whether you're just starting out on your entrepreneurial journey or you're a seasoned pro looking for new ideas, this podcast will give you the tools and insights you need to create a life and business that you love. Join us as we explore the world of self-employment and learn how to build the income, the freedom, and fulfillment you deserve. Welcome to the show, Jeanne. I am absolutely delighted to have this conversation with you. You are a seven-figure mom. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here, Martine.
Can you tell us a bit about your journey to this financial independence that you've been able to create and truly share with us what really inspired you to pursue a self-employment as a career?
Actually, I really had no choice. I was a newly solo parent, and I had a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old, and there was just no way I was going to go get a job because I want to take care of my kids myself. And I was living in New York City. So what would be the point of going and getting a nanny and then earning as much as the nanny when I could just take care of my own kids? So I really thought long and hard about what I could do from home. And the idea of coaching kept coming up because, you can do that at home. And I thought, well, this is something I've naturally been pretty good at all my life. So I started coaching from home while I took care of my kids. I help coaches. I help people to become coaches with knowledge they already have, or I help people that are already coaches just to shortcut a lot of the nonsense that goes on. And I mean nonsense in the idea that we have to do this, we have to, build the email list first, and we have to get a great website, and we have to run a funnel and ads. But really the biggest challenge is fear. It really is. The biggest challenge is fear. It's really the only challenge. Because once you're not full of fear, you just do the work. You figure out who can help you. You get, answers. And if you get a good coach, they should have a good, strategy in place. Once you have a strategy in place and you do the work, that's the big challenge. The other challenge is finding a good coach, is finding people that actually know what they're doing. So there's two challenges: getting competent help, and then basically getting past your own fears of not turning up, not wanting to do the work, fear of rejection, all of this. Once we get our clients past that fear and they do the work, every single one of them is successful.
I love that because I have to tell you, I remember investing in my first business coach and saying to myself, why did I wait this long? I was thinking, I graduated YouTube University. That's enough. I know a lot. How do you go about identifying the right coach for you?
Well, it's easy. When somebody has demonstrated results over and over and over again, okay, they've demonstrated it. Well, you have to ask, does the coach actually have direct communication? So even though I'm a multi-7-figure coach, my clients have direct communication with me whenever they want. And a lot of coaches, once they hit 7 figures, they stop doing that. So then it's just really like a coaching corporation. So first of all, a lot of client results. Watching the coach actually speak to their clients. Now, I have a reviews page, which I gave you the link to. And you can see me talking to my clients. It's really important to see the rapport that the coaches have with their clients. So basically, results that have been proven over and over again, all sorts of results, not just, people that were already successful. So I have a lot of from scratch results, as an example, the rapport, and also just really looking at, their social media and seeing what they're about. See if they look genuine or not. You can usually tell. And also just really making sure they know what they're talking about. If all of that's in place, then that's probably going to be a pretty good, bet. The other thing is I do this. I don't know many people that do this, but I guarantee results. So when people get on a call with us, I'm like, well, we guarantee results in writing. And they're like, okay, in writing? Yeah, in the contract. So that's a pretty good thing too. That's rare. But if they can get some sort of a guarantee, that would be great.
I love that you walked us through all these points. Very important, because at the end of the day, the coach that you invest with, is someone that you're going to be dynamically wanting to have in your life to be aligned with you. And so what we're saying here is, do your homework, and you may feel bombarded and overwhelmed. But the good news is you're here, you're listening, you're listening all the way to this point. To know that, you have to definitely check out the show notes so you can see that link of reviews that Jeanne shared with us. And also identify if Jeanne could be potentially your coach. And so with that said, Jeanne, would you mind telling us a little bit more about the types of clients that you work with so that we can, as we listen through what you have to offer and who you work with, identify if we are a fit and be able to connect with you?
Okay, so I focus on coaches, whether they're just starting. So we have helped a lot of coaches and consultants and certain service providers like digital marketers and copywriters. They can either be just starting. We have just started with people, and we still guarantee results for the new people. Now, of course, we also have very seasoned coaches that come in with us. Our thing is to get people started or to get them to 100K months. So we will work with anybody that's along those lines. However, what I was going to say was we don't take everybody. We only work with people that are committed. And I actually do most of my sales calls. So I will, vet people. And if I see that person has potential, even if they've done nothing, even if they have no website, even if they've not certified, if I believe in them, because I see people, I'll be like, you know what, this is going to work. And I've gotten people with no certification, no website, no nothing, never marketed from, to 30K months, like in 3 months. So it really is more about, yes, there's an avatar. It's coaches and consultants and service providers. But there's also the avatar of more a psychological standpoint, a psychological point where the person is, yes, I'm going to do the work and I'm really committed to my vision. So that's one of the things that makes up my avatar. Because when people are all in, it just works. If you have the proper strategy, mindset, and coach.
I have to agree with that. You have to first make the decision yourself that you believe in yourself. And yes, it might be scary to think that you can do that thing that you're thinking about, because if it's not scary, it's not worth it, right? And so first you have to work on making sure that you know that this is my commitment. I want to achieve 30K months. I want to achieve 50K months. Make that determination for you listening. And the next step will be to check out the show notes and identify if Jeanne is your next coach, or maybe she is your next coach later this year or later this month or whatever it is. Start doing your homework. That's what's going to get you to having success with your self-employment journey. You heard it from a 7-figure mom. She is doing it. And it's been a journey. She did not wake up like this yesterday, right? And she highlighted for you and I that having a coach is imperative. And so as we end this conversation, Jeanne, again, thank you for coming on. I'd love to find out from you, where do you hang out the most online? Where can we connect with you? Is it your website? How do we get in touch?
Okay, so I put a link there that actually is my website, and it just shows people, my clients, what they're doing in interviews and all sorts of stuff. Also, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. So anybody that's on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Instagram, all you have to do is just type my name in. Nothing fancy. It's just my name all the time.
I hope this episode has provided you a lot of valuable insights and actionable tips for achieving your own goals and building the life and business that you desire. And so I hope that you join me next time on this podcast for more inspiration, for more stories, practical advice, so that you can be financially independent as a self-employed individual without having a traditional corporate job. Thank you so much for listening.